When India faces a significant energy security risk from the ongoing crisis in West Asia, the U.S.-Israel-led war in Iran has escalated into a regional war and nearly shut the Strait of Hormuz oil trade route. India is particularly vulnerable to crude supply chain disruptions as the country imports more than 85% of its oil needs. India's oil imports via the Strait of Hormuz average roughly 2.5 million barrels per day. Now, that is about half of India's just over 5 million BPD total crude imports. But those flows have been disrupted amid the Iran crisis, which has entered its 7th day. According to Keller, the country's total reserves theoretically cover around 40 to 45 days of imports in a crude disruption scenario. India can tap supplies in Russia, West Africa, Latin America, and the U.S. to make up for the shortfall. Washington on Thursday said it has given India a temporary waiver to buy Russian crude already at sea. But that is only a stopgap arrangement, and sustained disruption would materially increase the import bill. Well, for now, the immediate impact of the Iran war is on prices. Benchmark Brent crude crossed $84 per barrel. That is roughly 10% more since the Iran crisis. For India, higher prices mean higher import bill. A higher global rate would mean Indian refiners will bear the difference in cost or pass it on to consumers. Despite fluctuations in global crude oil markets, petrol and diesel prices in India have largely remained stable in recent years. Retail fuel prices have seen minimal changes since May 2022. Back then, the central government and several states reduced excise duty and value-added tax on fuel. For now, reports show the Indian government has assured that there will be no change at the pumps. The reason for India's assurance for no change in the price is the government's calibrated approach in recent years. Oil marketing companies were allowed to improve their margins when international crude prices were low. And this was done to aid refiners in keeping the price stable during a crisis and shielding consumers. But the real question is, for how long can India hold off before hiking fuel prices at the pumps?